I am Mr. Knotts, and I'm representing college prep physics. It is a required class for sophomores. The main thing we do in physics is learn about how the world works. It's all about how things, objects interact with each other, why things move the way they do, why they behave the way they do. We really talk about a whole bunch of different topics. We start first semester with motion ideas, so motion, force, momentum. Second semester, we kind of shift a little bit and talk about electricity and magnetism and waves. And throughout all of that, what the course is really about is learning how to think, how to collect data and analyze that data and using a scientific process to make decisions. Anybody who's interested in graduating from high school should take physics.
My name is Mr. Jern. I'm representing honors physics. So it's a required class. Instead of regular physics, you could just take honors. So in physics, in honors physics, the projects we get into, historically we've done things like the mousetrap car. We build bridges and break them. We try to build an egg protector. But so some of the things you might do in college prep physics, but we just go a little bit deeper, and we go deeper with the math, and we go into some other topics that you might not hit in college prep. Again, anybody. But especially if you're comfortable with math or if you're good at math, because we do go into some deeper math, and I will teach you the math. But having if you're doing poorly in a math class, probably consider not taking honors physics. But if you're doing pretty okay in your math class, you could probably handle it.
I'm Mr. Zorn. I'm representing chemistry. So a lot of colleges nowadays require 3 or more years of science. So if you're considering going into college, chemistry is a good class to take because most colleges want to see 3 years of science. If you're going into a STEM career, chemistry is a really good class to take because if you're going into a biology career, they're going to want to see chemistry. If you're going into a physics or engineering career, they're going to want to see chemistry. If you're going into chemistry, they're going to want to see chemistry. So chemistry is kind of like a one-size-fits-all class for anybody interested in STEM fields. In chemistry, we do a lot of things. We study the structure of an atom. We do a lot with formulas, reactions. We do lots of labs in the class. We do a lot with heat and energy transfer. So it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of hands-on labs in the class.
My name is Ms. Lardy, and I teach honors chemistry. This is an elective course. If you're planning on attending college or furthering your education after high school, this is a great course to take, as many places require 3 years of science. In honors chemistry, some of the topics you will learn about are atomic structure, chemical reactions, energy transfer, and you'll also learn the different lab skills necessary for college.
I'm Mr. Myers, and I'm representing medical terminology. Medical terminology is a one-semester elective class. In medical terminology, we explore the anatomy and physiology of the human body. We learn the different major terms associated with that, including pathologies, diseases. We do that by using modeling in clay with the mannequins. We do a variety of labs and projects. For example, one of the labs we're doing right now is a urinalysis where we're looking at fake urine samples of 5 different patients and writing reports about their symptoms. MedTerm is open for anyone looking to go into the medical profession, anything to do with biology or just another science course.
My name is Mrs. Blunk, and I am here to represent the environmental science one-semester elective. In environmental science, you'll be learning about the environment, so we'd be studying human population growth and how humans have impacted the environment, specifically looking at how humans have impacted air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. We do a lot of labs in this class. For this class, we do labs on how fast things decompose. So we do some decomposition labs. We also do some labs with water pollution. We do some labs where we are growing algae or plants and seeing how different environmental contaminants would affect those plants. So we do have lots of lab activities in this course. Again, it is only a one-semester course, so we don't have the same opportunities each semester with what we can do outside depending on the season. So we do have some variations in our labs if we do any outside labs. Environmental science is a class that anyone who has passed biology is eligible to take. So again, it is an elective, so it could be for any sophomores, juniors, or seniors who are interested in environmental science.
My name is Dr. Klein, and I teach forensic science here at Joliet Central. Forensics is an elective course. You do have to take biology and have passed biology before you take it, but it is an elective. So in forensics, we talk about a variety of ways that we can take science and analyze evidence. So one thing that we can look at is things like bones. So we have a unit where we look at bones. How do we identify if we find a skeleton and we don't recognize a face? How can we identify who this person is? How can bones tell us a story of who someone is? We talk a little bit about the criminal justice system. We talk about different types of evidence and how that can be used to prove that people might be innocent or guilty, and really how the science helps us understand the evidence left behind at a crime scene. So other topics we talk about are fingerprinting, blood spatter, DNA, blood typing. We talk about forensic anthropology, so bones, how bodies decay. We talk about cybercrime, that's in Forensics 2, so you can take either 1 semester or 2 semesters. Forensics 2 includes cybercrime, toxicology. We talk about environmental forensics, and of course, serial killers, or forensic psychology. Forensics is a great course to take if you really like hands-on science. We do multiple labs a week, and it definitely is a course that doesn't have perhaps as heavy of a workload as maybe like an AP or an honors class. So forensics is a great class to take if you feel interested in science, if you're interested in criminal justice, or you're just interested in crimes themselves. If you're a person who finds themselves like binging on something like The Night Stalker on Netflix, forensics is definitely the class for you. It isn't a class that's going to have a lot of work outside of class. It's one where we'll have a lot of hands-on experiences in class and also spending a lot of time analyzing what evidence means.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Haker. I'm representing PLTW PBS, which is Project Lead the Way, Principles of Biomedical Science, the first class in the course of 3 or 4 classes. It's an elective course, but it's weighted as an honors course. So some of the topics in PBS class, we start off with a forensics unit. So we follow a woman who's found dead in a science lab. And so we start with trace evidence, so analyzing fingerprints with minutia, taking a look at hair analysis, blood typing. We also run a gel electrophoresis, looking at to identify whose blood it is at the scene. We go ahead and we do take on a role as a physician later on in the course, looking at patient case studies. We'll do triaging. We also do heart dissection as well. Anyone who's interested in looking into any sort of biomedical career, we should definitely take the course. We do a lot of application of skills, learning a bunch of skills, and then relating how classes like chemistry and biology to make them applicable in the professions.
Hi there, I'm Mr. Wentz. The course I'm representing is Project Lead the Way, Human Body Systems. This course is an elective. In human body systems, one of the things we teach is we get to build these really cool mannequins with all these muscles and all these organs and everything included with it. We also have dissections, which is something that we don't get to do in most of our biology courses, dissections of the cow eye and dissections of things like the sheep heart. Students that are interested in nursing or anything in the medical field should be taking this course.
Hi, I'm Miss Malou. I am the teacher of Project Lead the Way Medical Interventions, which is the 3rd level of the Project Lead the Way course. Medical Interventions is an elective course, and it's the 3rd level. So you have to take Project Lead the Way Principles of Biomedical Sciences first. Then you have to take Project Lead the Way Human Body Systems, and then my class, which is Medical Interventions. Some things that we do are we follow a family, and we basically, it's like a storyline, right? So we're researching stuff about this family who we start off with a girl who's in college, the daughter who's in college, and then we follow the family, and we talk about fetal health. We talk about epidemics and pandemics and how those things spread. We talk about implants, like cochlear implants and hearing aids. We also talk about cancer, and we talk about building prosthetic arms and those things. We also go into laparoscopies and laparoscopic surgeries. We do a lot of things when it comes to bacteria and genes, and we also make bacteria glow. It's actually a really, really cool course. Anyone who's taken Project Lead the Way levels 1 and 2, and if you're really interested in going into the medical field, this is a Project Lead the Way course, so it's very career-based, and so we'll also do a lot of researching of careers in the medical field specifically.
I am Mrs. Boyle, and I'm representing AP Biology. This is an elective course for juniors and seniors. Anybody that is interested in science should consider taking this class. Anybody interested in any type of medical field should consider taking this class. We just do a deep dive into all the subjects that you learned about in honors or college prep biology.
My name is Mr. Swartz, and I am representing AP Physics 1. It is an elective course that only the cool kids take. AP Physics is really a lab-based course, so we do a lot of experiments to look at different concepts that you would have explored in your earlier physics classes, and we look at those concepts more in depth. In AP Physics, we go more in depth into kinematics. We look at 2D kinematics, so objects that are moving in two directions, like upward and to the right. We go more in depth into forces, forces and motion, and how forces can cause acceleration. We look at circular motion, so things moving in different patterns, and we go more in depth into momentum, energy. Work and energy is a really fun topic that we can get into in AP Physics 1 as well. So students who are interested in future STEM careers, if you want to go into college to look at being an engineer or a laboratory, be a laboratory scientist, or any careers in that area.
Hey everybody, Mr. Zorn here. I'm representing AP Chemistry. AP Chemistry is an elective science. You take it after you've already taken either chemistry or honors chemistry. And we dive a lot deeper into topics that are taught in chemistry during your first year. And you also learn some new topics that aren't taught in chemistry. The purpose of this class is to prepare you for a college level chemistry class. You can also take the AP test. And if you do take the AP test, you can get 10 college credits. So it's worth a whole year of chemistry. So if you're considering a science career, STEM career, I highly recommend that you take AP Chemistry. It is challenging, but we have a lot of supports here at JT to help you guys out.
My name is Mrs. Blunk and I'm representing the AP Environmental Science class. AP Environmental Science is an elective that students can choose to take when they are a sophomore, junior, or a senior. In the AP Environmental class, it is a full year course, so you still learn about different types of pollution like you would in the one semester environmental science course, but at the AP level, they're going to be going a lot more in depth into the different types of pollution and different impacts that humans have made on the environment. In the AP Environmental Science class, they do a lot of labs and activities. For example, they take a field trip to Pilcher Park and they test the water quality there. So they actually go into the Hickory Creek and they collect different invertebrates or organisms that don't have backbones, and they can test to see how healthy the water is based on how many different species they can find in the water. They also do some leaf identification labs when they're at Pilcher Park and test how fast the stream is flowing. So again, those are some different labs. They can also do soil sample labs where you can collect soil so we can test to see how healthy the environment is in different locations. So AP Environmental Science is for any sophomore, junior, or senior who has already passed biology. It is an AP level course. So it is one that they recommend if you were in honors classes that this would be a great elective for you to take, especially your sophomore year where there are not as many AP classes for you to take, that this would be an excellent elective where you could still earn some of those AP college credits. Also, this is a very high success rate on the AP test with environmental science as opposed to some other AP classes. So it's a great opportunity for you to earn those credits. And again, you only have needed to pass biology to take this course, and then your recommended or your required math class as well.